Good morning and welcome to Daily Focus. I've decided to use my patio and enjoy a beautiful morning with you out here for our daily devotions. Apologize that yesterday I was not able to do a daily focus. I had the privilege of preaching the last chapel of our school year, and a number of other things crowded out my morning and into my afternoon. And so I do apologize for missing, because I absolutely love these times and I appreciate your sacrifice of time to spend it with me. We're in Acts chapter 28 and we're really going to conclude the book of Acts, and I think I'm going to go right into the book of Romans. I think Romans addresses so much of what we're dealing with in our day today. And I think we'll just systematically do an overview of chapter by chapter, kind of like we've done through Acts. Rather than trying to do an in-depth study, we'll just do a broad sweep through it to grab the dominating principles and grow by them. Today we're going to look at the power of influence. Leadership is not control. Unfortunately, we have a liberal society that has even crept into a lot of our Christian thinking that leadership is this idea of a position. It's power. It's control. It's this idea that I can make you do what I want you to do. And we've watched the liberal left create a false scenario of danger and then a false sense of safety. So you are safe if you do exactly what I tell you. And if you don't do what I tell you, then you are being reckless, careless, irresponsible. And we find that playing out way beyond just the COVID crisis. It's way more than just your, Andrew Cuomo in New York, Gavin Newsom in California, or Governor Whitmer in Michigan, where this idea is you do what I tell you to do, and that feeds my ego and my quest for power and control. Well, that's immature and irresponsible leadership. Leadership is really boiled down to one word, and it is influence. When it just simply matters what you think. In other words, people are very concerned about getting advice from you because it matters to them what your take is, because they respect your wisdom, they respect your opinion, they want and welcome your input on any given situation. But those who abuse authority and abuse leadership oftentimes lose respect, and quite frankly, even when those people are right, people bristle under that kind of tyranny, and it's not leadership at all. It is a power grab. It is an ego trip, and it is unfortunate that we live in a day where there's such confusion about true leadership. Well, Paul, even in prison, is exercising incredible leadership. And here the people come to him, all of these Jews who want to see him dead. And so he calls for them while he's in prison. Remember, he has been given incredible liberty in prison. And so it is a very neat dynamic that God arranged and allowed for his influence to continue. But it says there in verse number 20, Paul talking to them, "For this cause, therefore, have I called you to see you and to speak with you, because that for the hope of Israel, I am bound with this chain." In other words, it is for the very fact that I have the delivering message for Israel, and I'm willing to be in prison for your sake. And that's what his basis for his meeting is. Verse 21, "And they said unto him, We neither received letters out of Judea concerning thee, neither any other brethren that came and showed or spake any harm of thee, but we desired to hear of thee what thou thinkest. For as concerning this sect, we know that everywhere it is spoken against. So they're saying, you know what, Paul, we want to know what your opinion is. We want you to speak into this situation and give us some direction. And when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of God, persuading them concerning Jesus, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning until evening. And some believed the things which were spoken, and some believed not. Well, I think it is important that we realize in leadership that we're going to gain some, and we're going to lose some. We're going to convince some people, and some people we're just not. Some people are going to embrace our vision and our direction and the truth that we're giving, and some people will not want it. They will want something different. And Paul was no different, though I think it is really important here to realize that they said, speak to us concerning this. We want to hear what you have to say. And I just encourage you, conduct yourself in your roles so that it matters to people around you what your opinion would be, that it would matter to the people around you what you think. When you get to that place, you're truly in a place of leadership, not because of a position, not because of a corner office, not because of a title, but rather you have a place of leadership because it matters to those around you what you think. And so let me encourage you, conduct yourself in a manner where you are gracious, where you are wise, where you show forth the love of Christ, that you speak truth when you speak, and that you are allowed these wonderful opportunities to lead people into that truth. And so even as we think about the stewardship of the gospel and sharing it with people, some people will accept it, some people will reject it. When we speak truth regarding our nation and freedom and our Constitution and right and wrong as it relates to morality, some people will accept it, some people will reject it. But what an opportunity to be able to influence a culture for the cause of Christ. I trust that we'll be leaders that God can depend on, that reflect a right dynamic of leadership, and that is influence. May God bless you today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.